Alright, Super Bowl's coming up, and you're short on cash. What to do? You got 10, 15 people to feed, and you need to do it on the cheap. So, here's what you're going to do. We're going to make super spicy, super meaty, super beany, and super cheap chili. So, first off, let's talk ingredients. What you're going to need is about 6 cans of beans. Now, you can use any kind of bean you want. I'm partial to light red kidney beans, but dark kidney beans, pinto beans would work, red beans would work, black beans would work if you're feeling a little, fancy. 6 cans of beans, 4 cans of tomato sauce, and 2 cans of diced tomatoes. 12 cans in all. You're also going to need about a cup and a half of chili spice. Most of your major spice companies make pre-packaged chili mixes. McCormick, Lowry's, they all do the same thing, and they all more or less taste the same. You're also going to need 3 pounds of ground chicken. Why ground chicken? Largely because it's cheaper than beef, or at least good beef you would want to eat. Some of the other advantages to working with chicken, less fat content, and a little bit more of a lighter texture to it. Now, what else? What are we missing? Secret ingredient. Beer. Good, cheap American beer. Now, let's talk utensils. You're going to need about a 10-quart pot, non-stick preferably. If you don't use a non-stick pan, chances are you're going to lose some of it in the bottom, which will make somebody unhappy. Somebody trying to get that last little bowl of chili is going to figure out, oh, well, it's stuck to the pan, I'm out of luck. You're also going to need a relatively big, wide surface. Wide surface pan for frying up the chicken. Now, in the interest of brevity, I'm not going to make you watch me uncork all 12 cans of these. So, warm up my hands, we're going to do a little TV magic here. Look at that. Now, we're ready to start actually cooking this stuff. First thing you're going to want to do, since space is going to be limited in your pot, if you've only got 10 courses, this is going to make about 10 quarts of chili. You're going to want to drain the beans. Now, ordinarily I wouldn't tell you to do that because the water that the beans have been soaking in carries with it certain beany flavors. But, since real estate is at a premium, all you're going to do is fold down the tops of the lids and drain the water in thusly. You see, you can already see some of the beany little powder pouring out with the water. Now the reason I'm pouring this in the Tupperware and not just down the drain is because later on you can use this to make for the base of a soup. You make a nice turkey and bean soup. You could make a lentil soup out of this, which would also be very tasty. Waste not, want not. That's what we do around here. We'll set this aside. This goes in the fridge, and we don't think about it ever again. Well, at least not until we make some soup out of it. Now, back to the task at hand, chili. The first thing we're going to do is pour all of our canned ingredients. In the draining process, your lids might get stuck down in the can. Don't worry, just grab a small knife and pry them back open like that, lest you don't cut your hands. The tub's not heated yet. You're just going to pour the beans and the sauce and the diced tomatoes into the pot, so they just have a chance to kind of get to know each other, mingle, maybe exchange a little bit of flavor, but the real trading of goodness won't come until later, until we start adding some heat, some meat, and some spice to it. 2 beans. 2 beans. Clinging for their lives. Aha. Some sauce on top of that. So, now that our cans are empty, we're just going to take a large stirring spoon. Come on. Come on. There we go. Magic spoon. Alright, so you're just going to get in here and stir these up. Mix and match and trade places and whatnot. And leave it for now. And you see that? That's why you're careful with can tops. They will cut you. Well, first aid. Good as new. Alright. Now, time to start cooking the chicken. Heat up your big old frying pan. Now you want it on high. And you want the pan nice and hot when the chicken hits, because it's a lot of meat. It's going to take a long time to cook. You want to cut corners where you can. I'm going to let that heat up. Again, careful. This, hot. This gets burned. Alright. Sufficient heat in the pan. Sufficient meat in the bowl. And now comes one of my favorite parts. The big sizzle. Come on. There it is. Yeah. Now you're going to want to start breaking this up as soon as it gets in the pan, because the essence of chili is small, bite-sized little bits of meat. You don't want big clumps of meat because, well, for one reason, they don't fit on spoons. So you just start getting in there with a good sturdy spatula. Breaking this up.